As the sun set over the Aegean, casting long shadows over Athens, a pall of gloom hung over the city. This was no ordinary evening. Tonight, 7 young men and 7 maidens were to board a ship bound for the island of Crete, their fate, to become sacrifices to a terrible beast, half man and half bull, a creature of legend known as the Minotaur. In the heart of Athens, Prince Theseus paced restlessly. His youthful face, usually radiant with laughter, was now etched with concern. He had volunteered to be among the human tributes, a testament to both his courage and desperation. For Theseus knew that the labyrinth where the Minotaur resided was a place of ultimate despair, designed by the architect Daedalus to be a prison from which none could escape. But what was the origin of this horrifying beast and this sinister labyrinth? We go back to the days when King Minos ruled over Crete. One day, while sacrificing to the gods, a white bull emerged from the sea, its magnificent horns held high. Enraged, Minos intended to sacrifice it, but Poseidon, god of the sea, claimed it, declaring that the bull was sacred. Poseidon demanded that the king should not kill the bull nor yoke it to any task, but break its wild spirit by working it tirelessly for 6 days. But after 6 days, Minos's men grew weary and released the bull. Then Poseidon, furious at the broken promise, caused the king's wife, Queen Persephone, to fall in love with the beast. And so, hidden in the depths of a cave, the queen conceived and gave birth to a son, the monstrous Minotaur. The birth of the Minotaur brought shame upon the royal family, and King Minos, horrified by the thought of such a creature prowling his kingdom, ordered Daedalus, the master architect, to construct a labyrinth on the outskirts of town, a maze of such complexity that the Minotaur would never find its way out. Within its countless passages and chambers, the monster roamed, forever trapped. And so it was that every 9 years, 9 Athenian youths were selected by lot to be sacrificed to the Minotaur. 3 years had passed since the last tribute, and now it was time again. Theseus, hearing of the impending doom that awaited his fellow citizens, could not stand idly by. Summoning his father, King Aegeus, Theseus declared his intention to take one of the maidens' places, much to his father's dismay. On the fateful night before departure, Theseus visited the oracle of Delphi for guidance. The oracle, in her cryptic verses, spoke of danger and advised Theseus to seek the aid of a Cretan princess. All hope seemed lost until dawn broke, bringing with it the arrival of a mysterious young woman. Her name was Ariadne, daughter of King Minos and a lover of Theseus. She had come to help him, offering a simple ball of yarn as a token of their love and a tool to conquer the labyrinth. As the Athenians prepared to leave, Theseus, clutching the ball of yarn, took his place among the victims. On board the ship, fear hung heavy in the air, but Theseus, though apprehensive, remained resolute. When they reached Crete, the Athenian youths were led to the entrance of the labyrinth. Here, Theseus untied the first end of the yarn, securing it to the entrance with a stone. Taking a deep breath, he stepped into the maze. The labyrinth was a place of confusion and despair, with countless twists and turns that defied the mind. But Theseus, armed with his sword and bolstered by Ariadne's love, pressed on. As he ventured deeper, the air grew thick with the stench of the Minotaur. Suddenly, from the darkness, the beast lunged at him, its massive horns glinting menacingly in the dim light. But Theseus, agile and quick, dodged the attack and plunged his sword into the creature's side. The Minotaur, mortally wounded, crashed to the ground, its life force draining away. Theseus, trembling slightly, approached the fallen beast and delivered the final blow, ending the Minotaur's reign of terror. In that moment, a cheer echoed through the labyrinth, for Theseus had triumphed over the embodiment of chaos and destruction. Having slain the Minotaur, Theseus realized the labyrinth was nothing but a tomb. Now that its purpose was served, he searched for the exit, guided by his trusty ball of yarn. But to his dismay, he found only a single entrance and no sign of the exit. Panic surged through him. Was he doomed to die here, too? Just when despair threatened to engulf him, Theseus noticed a small opening concealed behind some rocks. With renewed hope, he wriggled through the narrow gap and emerged outside. He stood at the edge of a vast plain, the labyrinth now a distant memory. Overwhelmed with joy, Theseus fell to his knees, thanking the gods for his deliverance. News of his victory spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of King Minos. Enraged, he vowed revenge, chasing after Theseus. However, as the two kings met, Minos recognized his own hubris in the labyrinth's design and desisted from attacking. Instead, he offered Theseus the hand of his daughter Ariadne and a portion of his land as a reward for his valor. Theseus, though tempted, refused the offer. His heart yearned for home, for Athens, where his father awaited his return. And so, bidding farewell to Ariadne and the riches of Crete, Theseus set sail for Athens, forever bound to the labyrinth only by memory. Upon his arrival in Athens, Theseus was greeted as a hero. His victory over the Minotaur brought peace and prosperity to the city, and he became known throughout the land as the slayer of the monster. However, not all was well. Back in Crete, Ariadne, abandoned by Theseus, felt betrayed and scorned. Grieving the loss of her beloved, she wandered the palace in despair. One day she stumbled upon a secret alcove containing a small boat. With a heavy heart she embarked on a journey across the sea, hoping to find Theseus in Athens. Meanwhile, back in Athens, Theseus's heart was troubled. Though hailed as a hero, he couldn't shake off a sense of guilt for leaving Ariadne behind. In his dreams, he saw her sad eyes and heard her voice calling out to him. Unable to bear the torment, Theseus decided to return to Crete and bring Ariadne back to Athens. Upon his arrival, he went to King Minos, who received him warmly. Still harboring resentment over the destruction of his labyrinth, Theseus reminded the king of his promise to release Ariadne to him, and Minos, honoring his word, allowed them to leave Crete together. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the sea, Theseus and Ariadne set sail for home, their hearts filled with hope for the future. Together they would rule Athens, ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity. And so the tale of Theseus and Ariadne serves as a timeless reminder that love can conquer all obstacles, even the darkest labyrinth. It teaches us that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, hope and perseverance can lead to victory. Moreover, the story highlights the importance of keeping one's promises, no matter how difficult it may seem. King Minos, despite his anger, honored his agreement with Theseus, demonstrating the value of integrity and commitment. This myth has resonated throughout history, inspiring countless works of art, literature, and music. From ancient Greek sculptures to modern-day films, the tale of Theseus and the Labyrinth continues to captivate audiences, reminding us of the enduring power of love, courage, and hope. However, it is essential to note that the story has undergone various reinterpretations throughout the ages. Some versions emphasize the role of Ariadne as a strong and independent woman who actively participates in her own rescue, while others highlight the importance of wisdom and strategy in overcoming challenges. Regardless of the interpretation, the myth of Theseus and the Labyrinth remains an integral part of Greek mythology and a cornerstone of Western literature. Its themes of love, adventure, and triumph continue to resonate with readers and viewers, making it a timeless classic that will continue to inspire and captivate for generations to come.